Welcome back. This is the scene in the warm-up room, and if you're just joining us, David Goldstrom together with Randy Strossen from Iron Mind, and the situation at the halfway stage is that Azerbaijan have the edge here in the shape and form of Valentin Hristov, one of the really promising youngsters at 18 years of age. The closest of the Europeans in the World Championships in Paris last November, and he has the advantage. So let's just remind you of those leading positions at the halfway stage. So it's Azerbaijan ahead, as you can see, of Gökhan Kilic, another promising youngster representing the host nation Turkey, 121 kilos, so he's got a 4 kilo deficit. He is the heaviest in the class though, Kilic, that's something to remember. And then Sergei of Moldova in third place, the defending champion, 116, that puts him 9 kilos off the pace. And then Muradov of Bulgaria, just 20 years of age, who missed that third attempt, which would have put him a lot closer to the action had he got the 120 on the third attempt. So here we are in this warm-up room, 10 platforms, and to get us underway, I think it's going to be the two Spanish boys, two very promising youngsters, Steve Otero and his teammate Joshua Bracci. Bracci, the more successful of the two in the first half of the competition, and I guess they're going to set the standard for us in the second half. And just to bring you into the competition fully, of course, there was a B group earlier in the day. The man who was successful there, Mirko Scalantino, 102 kilos in the snatch phase, 126 in the clean and jerk for 228 total. So 228 total is the leading score in the clubhouse, but that will be surpassed pretty shortly, as we now get ready for the first weight going onto the bar, 125 kilos for these men who are weighing 56 kilos or less. So this is where we come to the big weights, and it's the red 25 kilo discs being piled onto the 20 kilo bar that the men use.
Right, how many reds will we go up to?
Well, there's a question. Now, Steve Otero, this man in the first half of the competition. Otero in the snatch phase, 2 good attempts, personal best in the second one, 102, tried to extend that to 105, didn't quite make it, he wasn't far off, but 102 kilos is what he brings forward now, and he starts with 125, and if he does this opening lift, which I expect him to do, then that would put him in second in the clean and jerk rankings at the moment, behind Scaratino, and second overall. But it is only his first attempt. Locking on. You can see the narrower grip.
First guy out in the clean and jerk, some pressure. Went through this on the snatch. He and his teammate opened the action. Once again, it's successful. These guys, between them, had 5 out of 6 good snatches. Hopefully we'll see the same success rate in the clean and jerk.
Yeah, I think these are two young men we can keep an eye on, certainly at European level initially. But what encourages me is the work that you're seeing on stage tonight. You're looking at Steve Otero, who's 21. Now, you've got to take off 6 years because this didn't happen overnight. This is 5 or 6 years of work to bring him to this standard.
Yeah, absolutely.
And from youth to experience. The two-time European champion, Olympic bronze medalist. In his own way, quite an achiever and a real good contributor to terrific Turkish success over, what, a decade and a half, really.
Clean and jerk's always been more of a challenge for him than the snatch. Nice lift. Although you can see on that right arm, he does not have a lot left as far as lockout. Watch this in slow motion. Watch the right arm in particular. The arm has to straighten out completely and then remain in that position for a good lift. Watch the elbow area. Flexing just a little. But good lift. Okay, a little bit of last minute preparation in the form of you can do it. We're behind you. Good shot of the rack. You mentioned the reds. We're going to see those reds gradually go from that rack to the bar over the course of the next few days.
So Jose Bracci, very good first half. 110 kilos already collected, so this for a total of 227, and to take the outright lead in the competition. Well, that was straightforward.
Yeah, big pop you'll see when the bar gets above knee height for him. Has his feet really pointed out quite a bit on this lift. Jerks with quite a narrow grip on lots of things fairly unusual about his body position. But, you know, it's one of the nice things about weightlifting. There are a lot of different ways you can skin the cat. The job is to get the bar overhead. You don't really get style points as long as you lift within the rules.
Interested to see how far he can go, because you know he was taking those 5 kilo increases in the first half of the competition in the snatch phase, and you know I think he's online for for him some new personal big numbers. Incidentally, Christoph, the first half leader, has posted 1:45 as his entry moment. Kilic of Turkey 1:30. Sergi, the defending champion, 1:38. So that's where Sergi and Kilic are going to take on each other. And remember, Kilic has got the advantage from the snatch phase, but Sergi is 5 kilos down. But before all of that, here comes Poland, Maciej Szejporakiewicz. First attempt at 129 kilos.
Very quick jerk. Watch how he barely gets set as he recovers from cleaning the bar. In other words, when he stands up with it, almost goes directly into the jerk. Watch, gonna rack the bar, gonna stand up, and dip, drive, split under it. Good lift.
I quite enjoyed that actually, Randy. I think good first performance. Yeah. And also you seem plenty lively. Now Muradov, he's in catch-up mode. That failure on that third snatch attempt at 120 has left him down on 115. Now that's quite a deficit.
Yeah, he had some steam on that going into the jerk, but doesn't quite get locked out and then wiggles between the arms and looked pretty nasty there for a second. And he's being told by his coach, "What's the matter with you? Why'd you miss that?" "Well, coach, it was heavy." Here comes dip, drive, body's twisting underneath. That explains why that sort of up and down movement. He'll come back with a correction, I think, on that.
Should do. But again, there's another crucial failure. Yeah, in terms of catching up, he needed to make that.
When you've only got 3 attempts in each lift, you really don't have a lot to squander. You've got to make each attempt count.
But again, as we always talk about, Randy, I mean, on the competition platform there, yes, you've got 3 snatch attempts, you've got 3 clean and jerk attempts. However, what you have to also take into account is the energy you're using in building up backstage in the warm-up phase of how many lifts you're actually building up to your entry weight to come in. So you're looking at more than 20 lifts in that department anyway. So Mr. Otero, 130 kilos, 5 kilo increase, right on his personal best mark this. Well, a little dancing around the stage, but in the end, no problem.
Yeah, and a little dance at the end, I think, too, to celebrate this. You know, talking about the energy warming up, the Bulgarians are famous for training 2 or 3 times a day, and they supposedly really look forward to competition because on those days it meant they only had to lift once. It was easy.
But the interesting thing is that, of course, the 2 Spanish boys, they might not be fighting out on this particular evening for championship medals, but, you know, you can be rest assured between the 2 of them, they both want to come out as the top man.
To the benefit of both.
Yeah.
No matter who wins that duel, they will both do better. Remember, watch the jerk on this, could be the soft spot for them.
So, 5 kilo increase here for Sedat Artuch.
I think that was better than the first one. Strong, clean, too. Well, he was in command of that.
Very good.
Great shot of the hook grip there. Fingers wrapped around the arm. That's just to secure the hand a little bit better to the bar.
And good for him, because that takes him to a total of 242, and it puts him into the lead for the moment. And again, you know, just think of all the experience and help he can give to the younger Turkish generation. And I'm sure, you know, that's part of the role that he's already engaged in. Now, Muradov. Now, you reckon this is a relatively straightforward correction? It should be. It needs to be.
Well, he must be listening to you, David.
Well, you, because you said it first, actually. But, you know, again, you feel, you know, you've just wasted an opportunity.
Because he makes this look pretty routine at this point. I have to say, well, why did I miss it? Particularly on the first attempt.
Well, that's the mystery. Easy sitting here, Randy, and, you know, being critical, but, you know very well what it's like going up onto that stage. And
you wonder sometimes, you look at what the coach is doing after the lifter misses, and you feel like saying, well, if it's so easy, why don't you go out there and lift it, coach?
So this is Braci, 132 kilos. So here we go, another 5 kilo increase.
It's not the prettiest style. I mean, they're just little things he does, you know, whether it's the knocked out, with the way the knees move on the clean when he's standing up. But, you know, he gets the job done. Even his front foot when he jerks, It all looks as if it should be awkward, but you know what? It works for this guy.
Well, in stature, this is the smallest of our 56 kilo contenders. Machi, Jerk.avi. Now this is also a increase. This is 4 kilos. He looked terrific on the first attempt. A little bit harder on the clean. Now, it's more a wobbly arm than, and you might have been suckered into thinking that was a press out, but it was a wobbly. It was a wobbly arm.
Yeah, where you can have a shoulder roll too, which just to add more confusion to it. The shoulder could be moving, but the arm is staying straight, and in slow motion, it exaggerates that sometimes. As long as it didn't unlock, it could move around. We did this in the last class. They're not even up to the world record in the snatch yet.
On 33 kilos now. Yeah, the height of his powers, he'd have been clean and jerking 150 to 155 on a pretty regular basis.
And Mutlu's snatching 138. For him, I said, watch out, he could have trouble in the clean and jerk. Prove me wrong.
3 out of 3.
Way to go.
Real appreciation from the audience as well.
Yeah, really. Just snatches. Really just rips into these cleans. Get this straightened out here yet. Rips into these cleans, attacks them, and then hangs on for the jerk. Look at this. Man does not have great lockout, but he makes the bar stay overhead. Good for him. Smelling salts, big time.
So Artuch, for the moment at least, with 2:45, goes into the lead by virtue of lighter body weight over Muradov. And it's Otero for Spain now coming back onto the stage. Just pondering whether or how long it's going to take before we see 168 Mutlu's triple body weight. Well, Wu of China got to 159 in the World Championships. Still a long way, that extra 9 kilos, isn't it?
Yeah, that used to be the mark of success in Bulgaria. You had to do a triple body weight clean and jerk. It's a pretty high standard.
Another personal best coming his way.
Look at this.
Well, it's a terrific sequence. 5 out of 6 for Otero, and it gives him a total of 237 kilos. And when I look at his personal best total, that goes back a couple of years to the Junior Worlds in 2010, and that was 230. So he's 237. That's progress. So well done to him, and his teammates about to come out and go for one. No, he's not. That's all changed, and it looks to be, might be the Polish lifter. They can just see him there, Machi. And the bar's gone to 135 for his third attempt, and a minute just on the countdown clock now. So where is he now, Machi? He's on 230, currently in 4th place. overall. Just giving you a comparison, Randy, to last year, total 240. So he's put it up to 138, so that would be 5 kilos. So he's taking a rest, and it's Gökhan Kilic coming in at 136. Now that, for Kilic, is 6 kilos up on his posted or announced first attempt.
He's coming off 3 successful snatches. Let's hope he keeps this roll going.
Well, he knows he's in a battle with Sergey, the defending champion. These two, Sergey representing Moldova, this man representing Turkey. And what he's trying to do is defend a 5 kilo advantage from the first half of the competition over the defending champion. Well, strong overhead.
Yeah. I was watching the bar closely on that, you know, the oscillation thing. I don't know if you agreed, but I mean, I think he was consciously keeping that thing moving. It wasn't extreme as far as it moving, but
good opportunity for you to just explain, Randy, about the oscillation.
Well, the bar is designed to fluctuate. You have a super high quality bar like this Eleiko. See how it's moving? It's called light. The lifter's not allowed to deliberately use that sort of oscillation to gain a mechanical advantage, ramming it overhead. The bar is supposed to be stationary when he jerks it, at the beginning of the jerk.
Muradov, well, he didn't get his third attempt in the first half of the competition, 136. He's sitting in the overall bronze medal position at the moment. This would take him into the lead in the clean and jerk and second overall. Greece. Well, I've got to say, the first one was lost in a way carelessly. The second one was much better, and that was even better. Yeah. He's gone 251 total, as you can see there, second overall, but leading in the clean and jerk. And he'll be, maybe, he and his coaches will be kicking themselves.
Yeah, I think they kind of said, okay, let's try to make up some of this ground that you lost. I mean, you basically threw it away by missing the opener. You know, put the challenge out there on the table, and you know what? He met it. He couldn't undo that miss, but at least he did the best thing he could in the circumstances. Made the second attempt, big jump on the third, made it.
Context, he announced 265 as his aspired entry total. He only made 251. And 3 failures, that's what kilos. He's lost 14 kilos through years. Now, back to the present, and Bracci for Spain, 4 kilo increase to 246, into the lead in the clean and jerk, and into bronze medal in the overall. Can he stand up?
Yeah, I thought maybe he might have checked his elbow with his knee, but I guess he didn't. Yeah, must have been close.
Yes, one of those ancient rules.
Yeah, I mean, to no advantage. You really don't want to touch your elbow with your knee, but if you do, you get red lighted immediately. If the refs didn't call him, it would have happened before that part of the lift. He's trying to stand up, he's bouncing and bouncing, can't do it.
Mind you, the 132 is a new step forward for him, and he makes 5 out of 6, leaves him at the moment in 4th place. Now, here comes our tiny tower of strength, Maciej of Poland.
Tiny tower of strength.
Well, you know, I mean, Mutlu was known as Pocket Hercules.
There you go. Well, Naim Suleimanoglu was, yeah.
Well, Mutlu sort of inherited the title, but yeah.
Tiny tower, I kind of like that. Is that PC, you think, tiny tower?
Well, it's meant to be in an affectionate and complimentary way.
Okay.
So here we go. 138 on the bar.
There we saw it. The foot to help set the hand.
This could be good.
Oh, you called it. No, it could be, but it wasn't. Yeah, boy, there was just not anywhere close to what he needed as far as horsepower on that jerk. The objective is drive the bar up and then reverse directions with your body to get underneath. We'll see now as we get set for the dip and the drive, and boy, not even close.
I think it's a good example of somebody whose petrol had drained and was on the fumes for the last attempt.
Yeah, you know, you have to have a lot of commitment in the tank on the clean and jerk, because when you stand up with that clean, particularly the third time, you're tired, it feels heavy, and you go, man, I don't want to have to try to jerk this thing.
Now here's the defending champion, Sergey. Now remember, he's playing catch-up as well. He posted 138, but he's actually coming out for 141. So one has to say a deal of confidence, but he knows that he's got to catch up on Kilic. He also knows that Hristov hasn't even started, and he's posted 145 as his opener.
And I think he's going to attack this.
Well, he's attacked every bar that he's come out to lift.
Yeah, just the way he approaches this thing. Let's see. Easy clean. Punches it, you know. Bar goes up, body goes under, locks us out, gets the body under the bar, no hesitation, sticks this lift, sticks it at every phase, whips those elbows around, stands up easily. You know, look how tall and thin he is, stood up very easily with that.
But as a result of that good opener, the 5 kilo deficit between him and Kilic has now been wiped out, all but body weight. Sergey, the heavier man, Kilic, the second heaviest man. Kilic still leading, and now has to come out, and this is the riposte, 141 kilos. Now this is a 5 kilo increase for Kilic. And this is to take him into the 260s. This will take him to 262 total.
No partial credit, you have to clean it and jerk it.
So suddenly the balance of power for silver and bronze swings to the defending champion from Moldova, because he's got 2 attempts left. Kilic has got to come out and try this again.
Solid clean, just kind of leaves the jerk out in front. I'm not sure he committed 100% to getting under the bar. You got to drive your body under it when you split for the jerk. And I think maybe wasn't quite there on that one.
So just having a look at this, 5 attempts left in the championship. Not all is lost at the moment. Kilic, if he comes out and he makes this, he then forces Sergey, who's going to have to, you know, that suddenly the deficit's going to open up again, because Kilic has got that slightly lighter body weight, and again 5 kilos plus body weight, so 6 kilos. Looking at Sergey having to go, what, 147? So he's going to theoretically wait until Hristov has started. So it'd be good for us, good for him, good for the Turkish fans, if the 24-year-old in picture there can now come out and deliver. These are the big moments.
Yeah, I think we'll see how confident he feels by how he approaches the bar. Just looking at it.
You see, I've seen him do 138. Yeah. I haven't seen him go into the 140s.
Yeah, I think he looks frankly a little nervous, but let's see, he can always harness that to his advantage.
No pressure.
Well, summon some backup here.
Yeah. coming down to 15 seconds. I think you were absolutely right when you said you sensed the nervousness, particularly when he was chalking his hands, and of course when he came to the bar and he was looking for...
Yeah, like went through some tribal writing. Have you ever seen that before? I never have, but I can think of where he used his hands, his chalked hands, covered his face, came out there like a warrior. Look at him. He's all covered with chalked face, but you know what? He was scared of the weight, I think. And that's why I thought he looked a little nervous. But that's okay. Another day, you know, another attempt.
So we're in the home straight now, and in terms of the overall placings, Kilic, despite those failures, still leads the competition at the moment by body weight over Oleg Sergey. Muradov in third place, but Christoph about to start and bringing forward 125 kilos, and he's about to try and add 145. If he does it, then he whizzes straight into the overall lead in the clean and jerk and the total. And the way he's been lifting, you'd be a brave man to bet against him. The bronze medalist from the World Championships in Paris, where he clean and jerked 154 kilos, so he's opening up 9 kilos short of that.
It's the junior European clean and jerk record too, isn't it? Nice solid clean. Hallett looking very simple, and then that little step almost caused a miscue, but no, that was a nice solid opening.
Yeah, so that's domination because he's 270, and the interesting thing is on 270 he's got 2 attempts left. Now this is quite interesting because where might he go? He took the bronze medal in Paris with 276. We're not over yet because Sergey, the defending champion, but he finds himself at the moment 13 kilos down and body weight. Things are in line, pretty good.
Yeah. You know, and if you just saw him in street clothes, you saw him walking,
you wouldn't believe, would you?
Yeah, would you say, okay, how much you want to bet me this guy can clean and jerk, let's keep it in pounds, way over 300 pounds? You'd say, oh, no way, no way. Very, very narrow grip. Look at that. And his hands might be off the knurling even.
You know, and if he put his Moldova tracksuit on, he'd look even less impressive.
Yeah, really thin. See, and this thing about fire in the belly, watch this intensity in the celebration. Well, that's the intensity that he puts, which is what's required. You know, this is a lift that takes some guts. Yeah. And of course that whizzes him into the lead in the clean and jerk, puts him in second place overall. So Kilic is now down to third place, and it's really all over now to Mr. Christoph. He's won the championship. That was clear, even, well, as he put down the bar the first time. Interesting. Okay, so they've moved him up 5 kilos, which means, just thinking ahead, they're positioning him for a possible shot, I believe, at that junior European clean jerk record.
Yeah.
His record.
Yeah, but also this would take him to 275. He'd just be a kilo short of that world total. And then he might, is he going to send a little message to the Chinese that he's got something in his locker?
Not one that they'll get nervous about yet. Well, I was ready to say, you know, we put too much on him, you know, with this build-up because that clean was rough. But boy, he redeemed himself for us on that jerk. He saved us. He made the jerk look easy.
Here's the clean. As you say, not done with the greatest of economy by any means.
Watch the feet, okay. Great example of how fast the feet have to move. They split front and back. Why? It's so that the lifter's body is lowered under the bar. The bar goes up, the body goes down.
So Azerbaijan have won their first European Championship here, and it's now just a question of where they want the bar to go to at the moment. 155, that was predictable to get a new junior European record in the clean and jerk.
Just a sec, we predicted that just moments ago, right? Yeah, so they're listening to us.
Yeah,
that's a big jump there, right? I mean, based on that second attempt.
Well, he's got 275 on the board. Now, this would take him to 280. And again, let's put that into context. The silver medal went at 284 in the Worlds, 292. So as you say, the Chinese are probably not going to get too frightened. But on the other hand, they will take note that this is a young man at the age of 18 who is really moving forward.
Yeah, because if you get in the 160s on this lift in this bodyweight class, you're a player, world-class levels for sure. For
yeah,
the
because
jerk and the total record, excuse me.
Yeah, because they did 159, the winner in Paris.
Локти держи! Сильно говори! Держи!
And there it is, the second junior European record of the evening.
Third, because he snatched clean and jerk and total. That gave him total as well as the clean and jerk, I think. So he did well. David, you know what? I'm going to amend what I said. I think you're right. I think, you know, they are going to be taking notes. And in fact, they are here watching.
Indeed.
That clean and jerk, you know, that was better than the second, didn't you think? The clean was more nearly where it should have been. And this could be a guy of the future, another European who can stand up to the top lifters in this class from Asia.
Okay, so we got one lift left. That's Sergey. Now, Sergey is going to put 10 kilos on the bar. Now, this is interesting because Christoph is sitting on 280, so that's not only records but new personal best. And Sergey, who has accepted that he's relinquished his title, but going for what would be 272 compared to 262 last year, and 262, which is what he's got now. I think this is a heck of an ask, Randy. 10 kilos for a man who weighed in at 55.97, 156 kilos on the bar. Can he clean it? No, he couldn't stand up with it.
Yeah, I was just saying, for a man who looks thin as a rail in the context of weightlifting.
It was fair enough. He'd secured second place in the clean and jerk, so in that regard, in terms of medals, to lose, he was silver medalist overall, so it was a fair play to have a crack at it. But it means that Valentin Christoph, who made a bit of a name for himself in Paris, has now enhanced that reputation here in Antalya.
See, he goes for this. I mean, it's not that he held back, it's not that he chickened down, it's not that he trained himself anyway, he just wasn't strong enough to stand up. He got under the weight.
Always disappointing though when you've been a champion to lose the title, but he knows the writing's on the wall. I mean, they're both young men. I mean, Sergey's only 24, okay. Christoph seems to be the real player at the age of 18.
Oh yeah, you can see why Azerbaijan would want this guy.
Yeah, Bulgaria probably very, very sad to lose him, but there it is. Christoph, these are the clean and jerk results, 6 out of 6, terrific performance. Sergey, silver medal. Muradov, consolation prize there for him in the clean and jerk. And just looking down a little bit further than that, The man who perhaps is a little bit more disappointed is Kilic, who ended up in 4th place. But there you can see, as the podium's getting ready, total results, overall championship of Europe, and 280 new best. Oleg Sergey now has to be satisfied with the overall silver medal. Kilic in 3rd place. Once again, Sergey's got the better of Kilic. That's the 3rd competition in a row, and Muradov left to muse on what might have been had he made more than 50% of his lifts. So, a couple of minutes while they get ready for the presentations. And I'm happy to say that we've time on our hands to see the champion crowned, and also perhaps quite a moment for Azerbaijan. We talked about it during the women's competition. We've sensed that they've taken the opportunity to take over talent.
Buy it, yeah. Because it's really an investment the way they look at it. That was a great shot, David, of the lifter pushing his head and his upper body through so that he gets his body under the bar. Talk about bone-on-bone support, structural. It's not just muscular strength that's holding that weight overhead. It's the bone structure of your body. You have to have that commitment to punch through, and he did that. But Azerbaijan, you know what? This is an investment. You know, you want to win medals, you need some talent. Go to Bulgaria for weightlifters.
It's good topic you just raised there, which is the courage it takes to get under the bar. It's one thing to have a big heavy weight. It's completely different, isn't it? You know, to know that you're going to have to put that over your head and you're going to have to get under that.
Well, that's why we see lifters psych out, and the clean will psych people out, I think, maybe the most, you know, generally. You know, we saw some snatches where lifters choked earlier today. Snatch, it's a little harder to understand, but, you know, you can still think about, oh, you know, maybe the thing's going to hit me in the head, maybe this, maybe that. Clean, you start thinking about broken wrists and a lot of pain. The jerk, what happens, I think, often, it's fatigue. Vince Lombardi said, fatigue makes cowards of us all, and you're tired and you've got to jerk this thing overhead. It takes commitment, and what do? It's easy to take the easy way out, which is dump the bar. Not these guys. There's another. That was a tough man. 3 good clean jerks. Nice to do that for the hometown crowd.
So medal ceremony is coming up now.